Ladies and gentlemen, today we got dating advice for men from a woman. Let's hear it. Put your thinking caps on. Let's critically think and let's go. I noticed there's been a lot of men on these subreddits, and a lot of their posts address similar problems. This is mostly for men who have trouble getting past the first step, approaching girls, getting girls interested, getting into relationships. I thought maybe a woman's perspective might help to identify the major things I notice men not paying enough attention to. Okay, let's see, right? Don't let your insecurities give you a defeatist attitude. I agree with this. Here we go. Some of us are born more attractive than others. That's just life. It's not fair. Instead of becoming bitter and victimizing yourself, focus on improving what you can and then learn to accept and embrace the rest. Attractive people aren't the only ones in relationships. Just because you find yourself unattractive doesn't mean you will never find someone. Okay, let me stop right here. Here's the problem with this particular point right here. This is facts, right? You should not get into a defeatist mindset. But now, right, you got this thing, right, where you try to talk to a particular shorty, right? Let's try to use the basis of this first point, right? Attractive, unattractive. You got unattractive trying to talk to another unattractive person. An unattractive girl thinks she could deal with attractive man, right? So the normal average dude, that looks the part, should be able to get with somebody like that and on his level, quote unquote, right? Or above, He's treated as less than. Because now all the regular girls, right? All the regular girls, my homie told me a story about a girl, regular Joe Schmo, getting flued out by an NBA player. How the fuck did you get access to that? How? You know what I'm saying? So it's like all the regular people that should just be mixing and mingling with each other. It's like the men can't even get access to that. Right? But let's continue. There are always people out there who will be attracted to you. This is facts. This is why I always say focus on people that like you, right? Man or woman, right? But you have to realize that your attitude and confidence stands out much more than any physical insecurity or feature you may have. Women can smell insecurity from miles away, and it stinks. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say you don't have to be acting like somebody you're not. This is facts. You know what I'm saying? Do that. You know what I'm saying? Be confident. But there's a slither of an issue here, right? And I'm not trying to nitpick. But I believe there's this thing like, it's not even there's this thing. It is happening, right? Where the average girl, right? We should be able to mix and mingle with these people. But social media has destroyed everything, quite literally. Like they can have exactly what they want. They got blue checks in their DMs, bro. So when average dude comes up to average girl don't want average dude. You feel what I'm saying? It's just like, damn, my nigga, I can't have shit. You know what I'm saying? Number 2, learn how to be an interesting conversationalist, right? The biggest problem I run into with most men is that they can't hold the conversation. Okay, all right. If you have nothing to say and are grasping at straws talking to a girl, then maybe just leave her alone. That's a fact. If you strange for a piece of change, you know what I'm saying? You might want to work on them social skills a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But this is why I say do not sacrifice who you are just to be with the girl that you find physically attractive. If you're naturally goofy, animated, whatever, do that. I'm not, you feel what I'm saying? I walk down on shorties like this all the time. I'll be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I leverage with my comedy. That's just how I naturally am like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like on 10 like I'm on camera right now, but I lead with this, and it's easier for me to have a conversation because I'm not trying to be like, what's up, baby? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? I could turn that on when it's time to get right, but it's like naturally, if they fuck with it, they fuck with it because this is how I am most of the times. So, right? No one wants to hear, what are you doing? How are you? I don't know, every hour on repeat, right? Naturally, you shouldn't even be texting. If you just getting to know a shorty, ideally you want to get to a date or linking up in person, and then y'all could converse, right? Especially if y'all first start talking. Educate yourself and be open-minded to learning about different topics, not just things you're personally interested in. And most importantly, be curious. Okay. The one thing I've learned when it comes to socializing, people like to talk about themselves. So if you could You can really get to see what they're interested in based on what, like, paying attention to what they talk about a lot or resurfaces all the time in the middle of a conversation, or like their body language changes, you know what I'm saying? And you just keep asking questions. Questions lead to more conversation, right? Women want to feel that you're interested in them as a person, not just as a body. See? I just said that. Ask her about herself, her life, and what she's like. Be enthusiastic in conversation, and don't be afraid to be a little random or silly to make things exciting. It's better than being boring, right? You know what's crazy about this particular point? I was conversing with this one friend of mine. Right, she's a girl, and she was texting somebody that was quite frankly the opposite of this. Not interesting at all, but she still gave him time of day. It's just so interesting. It's like, it's almost like this advice right here is damn near obsolete, right? There's a lot of girls that deal with dudes that just very mundane, monotone, don't have much personality. They're like damn near zombies. And you know what I'm saying? And they get with them. So I don't know about this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But yeah, this is a helpful tip. But I've seen examples of both working, where you don't have to be the most interesting person in the world, but it does help to be a conversationalist. Let's continue. Always have your own shit going on. This is a bar. This is a bar. This is a bar. Now that you know how to express interest in her, you have to ensure she's interested in you. That's a fact. This is why I say this whole texting, the texting shit, you got to get it off that. If she, right? This is a perfect example. I was talking to this one gallus on the blood clot Instagram DM, right? And I was like, what did I say? I said, yo, we was chatting in the Instagram DMs, and I tried to set up a link, right? I set up a link up, which means going outside, doing something of that sort. And I was like, we could go to a bar, get some drinks, and get some food over there. And then she's like, what is it for, a date? I stopped responding. What the fuck? What do you mean? Earlier in the conversation, I expressed my interest, and I said, I think you're gorgeous. I'd like to get to know you, right? And you talking about, what are you talking about? Are you a date? And this is a whole, she responded a whole day later at that too. So I was just like, yeah, she already not feeling me. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, I don't know. But she still watches my stuff. Why do girls do that? Why do y'all still watch my shit after y'all clearly don't fuck with me like that? You're just trying to keep tabs. You're trying to be a monitoring spirit. What you know, them people be saying? What is the fucking point of that? You know what I'm saying? I just was like, I bet. I already peeped the vibes. I'm not about to force no vibes. Guys, listen to me. Do not force a vibe. Do not force a vibe. If she show you, it could be as little as not responding in a reasonable amount of time. Especially on a weekend, bro. I mean, that's a terrible example. A whole day later is crazy, though. Everyone has their phone on them all the time. I don't want to hear that excuse. I don't have my phone on me. Shut the fuck up. You're lying. You're lying. It's okay. Just keep it a buck. I'm 27. You're 27. Keep it a buck. That's all you gotta do. I respect people that can keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Then it doesn't make it weird. Now when I see you in public, it's like, all right, man, it is what it is. All right, boom. You can't control whether or not someone likes you, but you can increase your chances by just being an interesting person. Okay. Have passions and hobbies you do regularly and can talk about. Learn how to spend time alone, be the main character in your own life. That's a fact. That's a fact, right? Being an interesting person will probably increase your points by like 1, maybe 2, 0.5, 0.1. It's not going to do that much, right? Yeah. Don't be pessimistic or idealist. Be realistic. If you had a long run of bad luck in dating, it may make you feel defeated and bitter towards women or other men. Don't be pessimistic. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it travel over to the next person. Give every person an even chance. You know what I'm saying? And this is for the shorties too. Please, I understand that you dealt with a dude that wasn't shit before me, but please don't let me feel that you've been through that. Don't treat me like shit because you trying to get revenge for somebody that's not me. Stop doing that shit. Okay? I'm coming here with a clean slate. I'm treating you right. You know what I'm saying? And here you go doing this. Oh, I had a dream you cheated on me. What the fuck wrong with you? I had a shorty tell me that when I was 19, bro. I broke up with her. Started balling out. I'm sorry. I bought her Cyberpunk 2077, whatever that game was, because she was a gamer. I took that shit right back. You bugged the fuck out. You tweaking. You tweaking, mama. What are you doing? And then had the nerve to make me feel like I was guilty of some shit. Like I did some shit. She called me on the phone trying to fuss and fight. You had a dream about me cheating. I've never done anything remotely close to that. I fall asleep on the phone with you, mama. How the fuck you dream that? You know my whereabouts. What are you talking about? Nigga, I ain't even have my own crib at the time. I was in my parents' crib. Hey, you talking about you dream about me? What the fuck was I gonna do? Huh? How? How? You know what I'm saying? So I think women can learn from this too, right? They literally, quite frankly, some of them, they run around saying, I hate men, but you're different. They'll be like, I hate men, but you're different. Why are you saying that to me? That's so distasteful. Huh? Let's continue. Your beliefs fuel your reality. If you believe that you are doomed to be alone and women are the enemy, then that will be your reality. On the other hand, don't be delusional. Please be realistic. This is contradictory. You know what I'm saying? I guess a healthy balance is, you know what I'm saying? Because there's people that, you know what I'm saying, that don't think the best of themselves and they still get like pretty good results. You know what I'm saying? But there's also people that think very highly of themselves and don't get results at all. You know what I'm saying? They're like a positive optimist. Like, what's that word? Yeah, positive optimist or something like that, right? I guess it's just a healthy balance, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think people believe that we're being defeatist when it's like, no, this is the reality, and people just check out, right? When we check out and we be like, yeah, we good. People feel like, especially the opposite sex, when like the whole thing right now is like men aren't approaching that much anymore, and this, that, and the third. We're not sliding into DMs, so a lot of women are feeling that effect, and they're like, this is probably where the pessimistic, defeatist mentality is coming from. But it's like, nah, it's like, we're kind of just, quite frankly, tired and don't see the point of it most of the times, right? When we try to approach, we either get an attitude or, you know what I'm saying, it's countless back-to-back no's, and we look like we're bothering you when we're just trying to have a conversation or compliment you. Like, we're not doing anything harmful, you know what I'm saying? And it gets like, we get treated like dog shit. So it's just like, we get tired, right? Let's continue. I'm interested to hear what you guys think about this particular topic too. These are some sound advice, so whoever created this, shout out to them. Please be realistic. You're allowed to be attracted to whoever you like, but I see so many men are here complaining that they are ugly and will never get a 10 out of 10 woman. That's correct. You probably won't. Damn. And that's okay, because neither will most of the male population. Stop watching corn and follow IG model who warp your expectations. This is what I talked about earlier. It's not. A lot of women think that we want supermodels. We don't. We will be cool with our quote unquote looks match, but our looks match has experienced that NBA player, that Duke or the Pookie, the Chad. I hate using those words, but y'all know what I'm talking about when I say those. Like, they experience an attractive man, all right? That's above their quote unquote looks match, right? Whatever standard that is, and once they do that a couple times, they're like, I can get that. Okay. Not realizing that they're getting pumped and dumped by these dudes. And then it's like, yo, dudes that's on their level, you know what I'm saying, living a similar lifestyle, doing all of this. It's like, a shorty could be making $30K and she want a dude that make 8 figures. What the fuck? How you get that? How? Like, what? How does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? So I don't really think, I don't, you know what I'm saying? There are some men that have unrealistic expectations, facts. But it's like, I don't think most men, I'm pretty sure most men, right, do not want a 10 out of 10. We'll be cool with, you know what I'm saying, a shorty that go to the gym, take care of herself, you know what I'm saying, and has some empathy and humility and has a job. Some of us will take a shorty that don't have a job I used to have that prerequisite. I said, as long as she is a good, you know what I'm saying? She's a good-hearted person. Nah, hell no. I'm not doing that no more. Hell no. Nope. You gotta have a job, right? I don't care what the fuck it is. You gotta have a job, right? Actually, I lied. I do care what it is. If you in the club, doing your dancey dance for a change, I'm good. Y'all can have that, right? It's not settling to go after people who are at your same. Ooh, look at that. Okay. It's not settling to go after the people who are at your same level. And if you view it that way, then it's time to stop whining and level up. If we can, this right here, this stop whining and level up, this is not something that is fully in our control. There's a genetic limitation to that, right? There's people that are in shape, they swolled up, you know what I'm saying? They're in a good shape, you know what I'm saying? And they still just don't got it. Let's just keep it a bad. You know what I'm saying? Unless they go and do the other shit and go to Turkey and start modifying their genetics, you know what I mean? Doing surgery and shit, then there's a limitation, bro. And a lot of people have maxed out and they still not getting no play. I heard this video by, what's the bro name, bro? I think it was like Double B, Raw B, something like that. But he made Call of Duty commentary. He said sometimes your best is still not good enough. And that's a fact. That's a fact. That's why I be telling dudes, I say, yo, with the cards you are dealt, max it out, and then go try again. And if this shit's still ass, then you know what I'm saying? It's all good. Just keep trying until, you know what I'm saying, you blow dust. That's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. That's all you can do. You got nothing but a little bit of time on this planet, right? But it's funny how she said it's not selling it to go after people who are at your same level. And if you view it that way, then it's time to start whining and level up. You know what I'm saying? It's funny that she says that right after this. But it's like our looks match is not looking for us. They date up. Especially if they've experienced one of the people up there before. Or a couple of times. Right? But hey, last but not least, be intentional, not desperate. We get it. Men are lonely and touch-starved. What you don't realize is that many women are too. But we supplement those needs outside of sex and romantic relationships. Work on your relationships, intimacy with friends and family so that you are not constantly starved for connection. If you come from a place of desperation, then you won't get good results. That's facts. Don't just hit on or swipe right on any woman you see, or so you have better chances. Look at it like a job application. Why the fuck we gotta look at it like that? It should never be like a job application. You know what I'm saying? Dating should be a fun experience. It should not be this. We literally, I saw this video of a dude that went from 0 matches to 2,500 matches. You know what he did? He traveled to a whole nother country to take pictures of him on vacation, bro. He got jacked, you know what I'm saying? And he was just doing a lot of different things. It's like, damn, you got to do all that to get a match? That shit is crazy. I'll link that video at the end of this video. That shit is crazy, bro. You literally, it's like you got to literally find a meta. And sometimes you ain't the meta, my guy. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? This is why I keep saying, I'm going to keep saying this all the time. Deal with women that look at you like the Chad, quote unquote, right? Or that handsome dude that look at you like you Chris Brown to them. You Trey Songz to them. You know what I'm saying? Deal with shorties like that. Hopefully you like them back. You know what I'm saying? Because there's also this thing where it's like, you get a lot of matches, but it's not by folks that you actually find attractive yourself, right? If we want to just keep it a buck, right? I get matches, but I look at them and I'll be like, my nigga, are we serious right now? Are we serious right now? But yeah. Would you rather submit a generic resume to 100 random companies or take your time to scout 5 companies that really interest you? Write a tailored cover letter for each and possibly end up with your dream job. Okay, so this is what she's saying, right? You got an app like Hinge where you can send messages to the girls that you like. And I'll be sending funny messages and they respond back. There be moments where I take time to craft a nice crafty message, right? That I already know, yeah, this is definitely gonna get a response. But after she replies once or twice, the shit goes nowhere, right? This is two problems, right? They have way too many matches, right? It's like trying to pick a game to play when you just got in the crib and you got 99, you got 7 new Christmas games that you just got for Christmas. You like, damn, which one do I play first? These is all fire. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't know which one to pick. So it's like this is not talking about that issue as well, where it's just like women simply have way too many options, bro. And then the average dude doesn't even stand a chance because of something as simple as that. We get overlooked because most shorties are chasing the same type of dude. You know what I'm saying? This is why you always got the hood dudes fucking everything. They getting impregnated by the hood dudes. You know what I'm saying? If I'm talking about my demographic, the hood dudes get girls left and right. Got baby mothers everywhere. And it's like dudes like us, you know what I'm saying, that got resources, got our heads screwed on right. We not hood. We lame. We lame. Because we not here selling that work. We not out here popping bottles and, you know what I'm saying, scamming. You know what I'm saying? Clapping dominoes. We being law-abiding citizens. But folks like me, they like, nah, he a cornball. You know what I'm saying? He a cornball. You know what I'm saying? Because I do shit the right way. I mean, shit crazy. Am I lying? Yo? Am I lying? All right, here we go. What's she say? If you're being intentional in dating, then you'll have more energy and resources to put into relationships and connections that you're actually excited about. And this will give you better chances. This point right here, putting intention in dating. I feel like the more intent, right, the more selective you are in dating, the harder it is for you. Right? And if you have self-respect for yourself, I've come to learn that, right? A lot of the relationships that I was in before, quite literally exploited my lack of self-respect for self. And when I look back on it now, I'm like, yo, bro, I had no boundaries. I was not assertive. And I was getting in dynamics where the girl wanted to be in control. She had no respect for me, right? I would get the sex or whatever. But that was literally quite it. You know what I'm saying? There was no respect. There was no there was none of that. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm finding myself, I'm becoming more of the man that I want to be. It's crazy. It's like I can't find shit. Because it's like I will peep something and be like, nah, this look like this. Or they will say something and be like, I'm good. Right? My discernment abilities has leveled up. You know what I'm saying? Call it picky, call it whatever you want. Right? The question you got to ask yourself when you dating and you see clear signs of red flags, are you respecting yourself at this moment? Men and women can take this advice. You know what I'm saying? Never allow yourself to be desperate that you end up settling for less than you deserve. And this was me. Verbatim. This was me. Never allow yourself to be so desperate that you end up settling for less than you deserve. I'm not going to lie. A lot of these is facts, you know what I'm saying? But there's some nuances where I disagree. I'm just like, there's some missing elements to it, you know what I'm saying? Because there's dudes that do all of this, right? And they still can't find shit. Because this is not rocket science. We've been told to do this our whole lives. Like, we know what to do, you know what I'm saying? We're not out here wilding. Like, I'm not going to speak for everybody because there's some dudes that be wilding. You know what I'm saying? But this is like, we know this. You know, this is not groundbreaking information. But let's see this comments though. This is the most interesting part. 6, never take dating advice from women. They can adequately understand what it's like to be a man. They give men and each other terrible dating and relationship advice. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, this one was not that bad. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't bad at all, actually. I think it was pretty sound. I think there's just some things that just negate a lot. It doesn't talk about the issue. This is especially true of single women who are the first to tell women in relationships to leave those relationships for small petty things that happen. Facts. Just to name one thing, women say that they have empathy, but most cannot dream of empathizing with a position a man is in. Yeah, I saw a video yesterday where a girl, there was a therapist that was talking to one of her female clients, And she was like, her client told her man that she was seeing at the time that she wanted someone to open up to them emotionally, be emotionally available. And then the man decides to tell her, open up emotionally. And then the next day, she said, I don't think I have the ability to hold the emotional trauma or stand, basically be there with you to navigate the emotional trauma of whatever the situation was with the man that she was seeing. And it was like her like his grandmother had passed or something like that, and she literally left him because he opened up to her. You see the irony in that? When you hear, and I looked at that video and I said, yo, I have too many examples of that. Of me in my personal life where women will be like, I want my man to be emotionally available. The minute you give them a slither, it could be this fucking small, right? They will find every reason to call you a bitch. Word to bro. Or use it against you or something. Right? Ditch the dating apps and let life happen. Let's see what they say. Dumb question to ask. Where should I go? I work from home. I'm not really a club person. I feel like most people would get intimidated by a single adult male by myself hitting a social setting. I don't really experience that problem, but I understand what that means. Or you can just accept yourself as you are and be happy alone. Truth. I still have really good friends, and I'm not opposed to dating or romantic, but I think I'm done seeking them out myself, to be honest. You see what I'm saying? And this is not a defeatist or pessimistic attitude. This is someone that's simply tired, bro. This sounds like a man that gave it an honest effort for a long period of time. A lot of us start getting rejected by women when we're like middle school, like 13, 12, and we're like 27, 30 now. Some of us even 40. We just like, my nigga, this shit has been unlucky for some time. You know what I'm saying? If it happens, it happens. This is a lot of dudes' mindsets now. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Life is too short to be spending it getting ghosted and wasting money on dates that never amount to. Hold on. I just broke the algorithm. Hold on. Let's put this in 3D for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Life is too short to be spending it getting ghosted and wasting money on dates that amount to nothing. I'd love to see one day marry and raise children, but I'm done expecting it or putting the pressure on myself. For context, he's 23. Med student, about to make breesh. He's about to make manyan, which I be saying, right? You're also very young, folks. Your age is still exploring life and shit. I'm 32. In the past decade, I've dated 3 women. One of my age, I married before that fell apart. One way older than me, 16-year difference, and one a few years older. I didn't do the exploring in my early 20s, which I wish I had. From 16 to 22 is when I dated heavily, and it was the same then it is now for your age. Focus on your career and you let the rest come. This focus on your career and you let the rest come naturally. Let me tell you what happens when men focus on them and let the rest come naturally. They end up with nobody. They end up with nobody. That's what happens when men just focus on themselves and let them naturally come to you. Most dudes will end up with nobody. Facts. A lot of us don't have women just walking up to us. Some men do. I have friends quite literally that tell me every time they go out, women approach them. Women approach men. Trust. That whole, women don't approach. That's a lie. I'm saying? If you out and about and you doing your thing, say you at a volleyball club or pickleball, and you see something you like, talk to her. All right? Talk to her. Don't let it come to you naturally, because 9 times out of 10, she's probably not. Especially if you've never experienced that. If you rarely experienced that in your life, don't let it just come to you naturally, gang. You know what I'm saying? Put an effort out there. Put an effort. Because if you sit and just wait around, you're going to get the same results you've been getting. Have the dating apps. Put them on standby. You know what I'm saying? Go on these dates. Continue to, you know what I'm saying? Try. Continue to try. But don't attach an expectation to it. Just have fun, be yourself, you know what I'm saying? Be cordial with it. You know what I'm saying? If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. Similar to this mindset over here. If it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. When I go on these dates or I'm talking to women, I'm just chilling, I'm being myself, I'm just having fun with the experience. If it spruces up to something, beautiful, beautiful. If it doesn't, beautiful. Right? This is a dating advice somewhere. Why are you here unless you're looking to give dating advice? Yeah, for a woman really don't understand what constant rejection feels like. Then on top of that, the younger generation woman has a constant, the grass is green on the other side mentality. So that smallest thing is suddenly a deal breaker. Facts. This right here is one of the main reasons why relationships fall through so quickly. You can literally bring up something that they are wrong about. Or you notice you try to have a conversation about something. And they be like, I'm good. You gave me the ick. I gave you an ick because I'm telling you something I don't like that you do. And I'm trying to actually foster something. I'm trying to build something. Yeah, I'm okay. Got 30 other dudes in the DMs. That's going to she going to get all the way to the point of where something happens. She going to do it again. Repeat the cycle. It's just like a repeated cycle. You know what I'm saying? Dating apps back in 2017 were great and women, were great and women would actually hold a conversation down with anyone, but now you've got to be constantly entertaining. No one can do that. Which how much social media has okay, we're getting somewhere. Has progressed everywhere else. Even dating apps show men profiles ways away so you don't have people close by and driving an hour or two to see someone will strain the relationship. Now men just have to be happy alone because we can't just switch to being, hey, yo. I see the word. Even on Reddit, comparing anything about women versus men suddenly gets you called misogynist. Facts. You could just be speaking bare facts or talking about your complications, and people are going to think you're being misogynistic. I love women. I will sniff y'all butt. I'm sorry. I love y'all. People are going to be like, bro, what the fuck? I'm just expressing my love. You feel what I'm saying? But, yeah, we're not misogynists, bro. We love y'all. But we get tired, bro. We could love y'all from a distance. We could look at y'all and be like, damn, she beautiful. But I'm good. Like, word. You know what I'm saying? It's so bad I understand. It's so bad 100% understand a mass influx of men who watch Andrew Tate. I don't watch him, but I can understand why people do. I hate to do, but apparently everyone is so quick to judge within 5 seconds they just won't listen because every woman on Reddit who posts under this sub tell every other woman to leave their 5-year relationship just because a dude said something in a different part of the conversation because it sounded misogynistic. But he just said at the wrong time and she updated it saying that. But yet every top comment was leave him or do you really want to be with someone who has those views of women? It's astonishing that men have to be perfect 24/7. You can't do nothing wrong for some of these women and can get left alone after a good 5-year relationship for having ADHD or just saying something in a different part of the conversation. This is, I don't know what you're talking about over here, but even on Reddit, a study was saying that short videos like toxic has made people look for what they want to hear within the first 5 seconds. And there is no depth self-analysis of what the person is trying to say. Us men are so fucked. If we even try to say a woman who falsely accuses someone of, okay, I don't know what he's going on with right here, but he was spitting up here, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this particular Reddit post. I'll leave it in the description, man. This is tough times, man. For the good and honest men out here, and for the women too, because women are having hard times. I feel like both sexes could learn something from this post. You know what I'm saying? This is sound. It misses out on a couple points that make dating difficult now. This advice would work and before the times of dating and dating apps and social media. This would be perfect. You know what I'm saying? I would hear something like this from my mom. Mom, my mom. I told my mom about a date that I had this past weekend, and he was like, "Did she text you back?" I was like, "No, mommy." She was like, "It's okay." You know what I'm saying? If I tell my dad that shit, he gonna be like, "Fuck these hoes." Oh, my dad has had a similar experience to me when he was younger, and he's from Haiti. You know what I'm saying? So when I found that out, it's just like, damn, we live similar lives, and you had it easier technically, which is wild. You know what I'm saying? But hey, y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this particular topic, man. Do you think her advice is sound? What is, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, do y'all want me to do more Reddit topic reading videos? How's my reading skills? Give me a 1 out of 10. And yeah, man, this is subscribe, follow my Instagram link for that will be in the description, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your day.